Weird.
How are we now?
We're good.
I wonder if that came across on the stream.
Maybe.
Wow. Sorry about that. Wrong time to start playing with buttons. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday night. It's the Sunday night Fandom Power live stream, as it's becoming known as of late.
Pretty much. Big week.
Yeah, and it just kind of crept up out of nowhere.
Really
well, sorry, that's not true. It wasn't out of nowhere. Just we weren't paying attention until like yesterday.
This is happening.
We are going to unpack episode 4
Yep.
of She-Hulk, as has become the sort of tradition here over the last couple of weeks. We've also got some stuff that happened last week with that episode. That I guess it's technically this week.
Yeah.
With the Disney Plus day was on?
It was
Thursday. No, Wednesday.
Wednesday or Thursday.
Wednesday or Thursday.
It was this week though.
Disney Plus day.
Week.
Also,
2 days later.
The multi-day event in Anaheim,
which is technically still going today.
D23, which arguably was more exciting than Disney Plus Day.
It really was.
Guys, you're watching right now. Did you guys take part in Disney Plus Day? Did you consume any of the new materials that came out that day? Whether it was Thor, Love and Thunder, now streaming on Disney Plus.
Pinocchio.
Also, yeah, Pinocchio. We watched Pinocchio.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
We've got the Jedi's Return, the Obi-Wan documentary that came out. Yeah. Some good stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna go over that in a little bit more detail. In a little bit.
Curious to know what you guys did for Disney Plus Day. Did you do anything? Did you do nothing? Let us know in the comments. And then we're gonna get into oh my god, so much trailer goodness over D23. And as you say, it's still going on.
Today,
just this morning I caught the trailer for Secret Invasion.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be a film.
Yeah, it's a series.
And it looks to be very, I don't know, almost in the vein of Winter Soldier. Very
I think so.
Very kind of spy thrillery kind of thing.
Spy thriller with a cosmic alien twist.
Yeah, I think so.
Should be good.
Where do you want to start?
Well, I guess let's get She-Hulk rolling because
that.
it's here. So again,
Pardon
episode 4.
Sip my water.
We kick off this week and we get a new guy introduced, Donnie Blaze, who is a terrible magician.
How many times did you go, what did they just say? What did they just call him?
He's not Johnny Blaze. Oh, wrong
show.
Like,
did they just, that's not, what? I'm like, who, Ghost Rider? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, I don't think so.
No, it is Donnie Blaze. And it is confirmed later on in the episode.
Yeah.
But
Donnie Blaze.
He brings up a volunteer from the audience, and it turns out it is Madison.
Madison.
Yeah, spelled with 2 N's and a Y, but not where you think. And she's clearly inebriated. And the flowers he presents to her, they're fake again. And she's like, these flowers don't smell like anything. And she's unimpressed. The entire crowd is unimpressed. So he pulls out a sling ring and proceeds to open up a portal, and she steps through, but he doesn't know where he sent her.
He pulls out that sling ring, and my first thought was, where did he get it from? Never even occurred to me that, he's another guy that just left.
Yeah.
Kamar-Taj.
Yeah, after 10 days. Oh, no, he didn't leave. He was kicked out.
Oh, right.
Wong does go over that. Why he was kicked out.
That's right. Yeah.
But anyway, she steps through the portal, and next we find Wong sitting down about to watch an episode of Sopranos.
Right.
And she falls out of a portal right into his living room, carrying a still beating heart. But she just kind of throws it on the ground and then proceeds to spoil the episode.
Right.
Wong.
Got our first couple of comments here coming in tonight. We've got a Facebook user watching from our Facebook group. Says, oh my God, Wongers, I died laughing. We need a Madison show, please.
Yes.
There is something there.
Coming up at the end of the review. I'll get to that too.
I feel like there is something there. I don't know what it is yet, but I mean, just their interactions they're plausible.
Yeah.
Plausible.
Yeah. And then from Chris Gilpin.
No Soprano spoilers, LOL.
Yeah. I haven't
you know what?
Either.
I was going to say, I've not watched Sopranos. No. I've watched little bits and pieces here and there over its run. I did not watch it from start to finish. So am I missing out? I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
One of those things
There's
I'll
so
get to
much
at some
good
point.
stuff out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But anyway, Madison is played by Patty Guggenheim, and she's been in a lot of other stuff in like bit roles and whatnot. But
Oh sure.
I think this could be a stepping stone one for her.
I looked up her IMDb today, and there was a lot of one-offs.
Yeah.
A lot of like just small bit parts, as you say.
But then, she sits down on the couch and just proceeds to watch with Wong, and he's
Right.
now because she spoiled it, and it's technically Donnie Blaze's fault.
Well,
So,
you know.
Next up, we catch up with Jennifer Walters, who is, getting ready to go to work. Clothes are hanging off her because they will expand later. And her dad shows up with a shovel and a bunch of alarms and cameras. And he's like, we got to beef up security. You were attacked. And she's like, I'm a Hulk. He's like, doesn't matter. The cops will catch the guy. And then he reams into her because she didn't report it. He's like, you got to report it. But she's like, I'm a lawyer. They're never going to catch the guy.
Right.
So we get her to work, and she starts scrolling through her daily planner, and there is a ton of stuff in here. Like the first 3 entries, they say, got to follow up on the Blonsky case.
Right.
I like the next one. It's like order highlighters, but they have to be purple and green. Classic Hulk colors right there.
Yeah.
And then we get some more human stuff, like meet Nikki in the bathroom at 11:47.
That sounds totally girly.
It is, but again, going back to that really good bathroom.
That's right. Yeah.
Everyone needs to know where it is. And then she's got to follow up on the Runa case. Got to contact the soulmates. Also has to meet with Mallory, and she has to order those new Cheetos that she saw.
The new Cheetos being,
I don't know what flavor, but
who knows.
And then she's got to order more chopsticks.
Sorry, can I just break? Can we segue to snack foods for just 2 seconds?
Sure.
My potato chip lovers, I know you're out there. Ruffles KFC original recipe chicken.
Really?
Yes, I bought a bag earlier this week, just a small little snacky bag.
The sampler.
Well, one chip. You know how you put one chip in, and it's fine. If you have a plain potato chip and you have one potato chip, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know that it's a salty, potatoey snack. But if you have a flavored potato chip, you cannot just put in one to get the full flavor profile. You need like 2 or 3.
Yeah, to actually figure out what's going on.
2 or 3 KFC Ruffles. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Well, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
It's a limited time only. So if you want to try them, get out there and get them now.
It's like those McDonald's cheeseburger ones.
I did not even try that. I didn't know that was a thing.
It was, I don't think it was officially McDonald's cheeseburger.
Right.
But the flavor equated to that of a McDonald's cheeseburger.
Okay.
But further on her itinerary here, it also tells her to stop using so many chopsticks. So
stop using chopsticks.
Yeah, stop using so many.
Oh, is that
she needs to get some recycling or something. Chris says, "Are they greasy and see-through?"
Are they greasy and see-through? Just like the bucket. No, they are not.
Oh, that'd be a plus, I guess.
Well, when fries and gravy was out, there was no like.
Yeah, but you can't see through fries and gravy. If you see through it, what is it? Dr. Nick said it. If you see through it, it's your window to weight gain.
Okay.
But further down, then she starts really scrolling through the list, and here's where we get some really good ones.
Okay.
Because she gets to researching precedents on likeness IP for Miss Pete.
Right.
Well, Miss Pete is Megan Jovan Ruth Pete, aka Megan Thee Stallion.
Ah, right.
So without following it up and throwing it in your face that she's a client, she's a client.
Yeah.
And then further down the list, we get to file discovery request for Kraft versus Soul. Well, that's David Kraft and Charles Soule, writer and artist for She-Hulk.
Is that right, eh?
Yeah.
I wonder if there's something going on there for real, and they're just kind of...
I don't think so. I think it's just like a nod to get them in there.
Yeah. And this is the same Charles Soule that's doing the
comic
Star Wars
run
on Star Wars. Yeah, okay.
And then right under that is Lee versus Byrne.
Oh.
Which is Stan Lee and John Byrne.
That's a historical case, correct?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Stan Lee, they're not allowed technically anymore to use his likeness.
Yeah.
So that gets him in there. And John Byrne, he was the artist, I believe, on Sensational She-Hulk.
Oh, okay. So just a nice way to name
say,
drop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just add him in there.
To remind us of the creator.
Yep.
Cool. I like that.
When we move on, and the last thing on her list is she has to finish her dating profile. And here's where we get this week's QR code.
Right.
Which will lead you to a online version of Avengers West Coast Annual number 4. So you can go read that one up. And
did you read it by chance?
I did not.
No, I haven't read it.
My reader
either.
was kind of glitching out. So
okay, fair enough.
But yeah, she goes in, finishes her profile as Jennifer Walters. And here we get confirmation of the question we were thinking about earlier. Where are they? She's definitely Los Angeles.
She is in LA. Okay, so that is
LA.
completely now solidified.
Cemented, yeah.
Okay.
Even though they were talking New York and all that.
Yeah. The whole idea of Wong just popping in and out, though, you're like, it's Wong and he is based in New York. However, he is using a portal.
Jump in wherever he needs to. But he does. He pops up and he's very animated that he needs to stop Donnie Blaze from practicing the mystic arts. And like,
but he lays out such a compelling. As the audience totally get it.
Yeah, but he isn't even on the same page as her because she's like, we got to do it by the book. And he's like, the book of Vishanti? I agree. And she's like, no, the book of the law. And another thing that throws back to her calendar because she was trying to nail down a permanent contact info for Wong.
Right.
He whips out his card, all magic, and he's almost ticked about it.
Right.
He's like, stupid card tricks.
Oh, I actually kind of like the fact that he little sleight of hand and produced a business card. I thought it was kind of neat.
Yeah. But he's ticked off about the whole situation. That's all over The Sopranos, right?
Yes, because his TV time was interrupted.
Right.
I know what it's like to have my TV time interrupted.
And it was spoiled. Nobody likes spoilers. But if you haven't seen the episode yet, don't watch us because we're going to spoil it.
I generally, I've been pretty good. I've really cut back on my consumption of when I hear, leaked pictures or leaked. I've really cut back on that stuff.
Try not to click them.
Yeah.
But
sometimes I succumb to the urge.
Yeah. We catch up later, and Nikki and Jen are at Legalese again, and some dude just strolls up, decides to hit on them, and the both of them are like, ew, no. And this prompts Nikki, like, where's your profile? So she says, here, reluctantly. And he's like, no, you didn't use your corporate headshot. And she's like, yeah.
I laughed at that. Your corporate headshot.
Nikki proceeds to start swiping left and right, and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, increasing your odds. And then she's like, have you thought about doing one as She-Hulk?
The trailers kind of gave us sort of that glimpse into that she would be exploring dating or relationships and that.
Yeah.
And I was curious to know how it was going to play out. I never thought for a minute that it would be like online dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it modern, definitely right? It plays really well. Comedically speaking, it plays really well.
It does.
Yeah.
But it's also going to lead to a thought that I have later.
Okay.
So we cut to the next morning at the offices of Cornelius P. Willows at the Mystic Castle.
Yes.
Where Wong and Jen Walters have showed up to serve a cease and desist to Donnie Blaze.
I saw a thing about him today online, actually.
Did you?
The gentleman who's playing Mr. Willows.
Okay.
He's 104 years old.
Holy.
Makes him the oldest actor in the MCU. Yeah.
Well, that makes the line that he spits out later a little bit more funny.
Okay.
But as she did that, they turn to leave, and her little matcher profile goes off and dings.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, you want a really hot date? And he proceeds to set his cell phone on fire. But nice. She's like, no. And then as they leave, of course, they've egged Wong on a little bit to say, we'll prove you're a master of the mystic arts. And Jen shuts him down.
Right.
But then at the end, he does a little ear twist and spits out the ball from earlier in the scene.
Yes.
And just throws that at him.
Yeah.
Here, you drop this.
It's so funny, though, like to see stage magic used as the butt end of a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been done like that in the real world for a long time, but to see it this way, especially, coming from Wong, it just makes it more like,
yeah. But like, they're going out of their way to show how crappy of a magician he is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
When he gets the cease and desist, he does the old flick.
Yep.
He's like, what cease and desist? And she's like, that one that's sticking out of your shirt.
Oh, yeah.
And meanwhile, Cornelius, he's kind of just pushing it in for him. So they are a team.
Of course.
Good little team, but
just got to keep, running the grift.
Keep the illusion
running the grift.
Yeah. But we cut then to that night, and Jen is out on her first match date.
Yep.
And you can tell off this guy's like a tool. not only is he checking out the girls that are walking by, but he says, I hate LA. I'm a New Yorker through and through. And she says, oh yeah, how long you been living there? And he says 14 months.
This was the guy that was like disinterested. Like he was taking a phone call as he was leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's this really tense standoff between them to see who's going to pick up the check.
Right.
And he pulls out his keys and she pulls out her wallet. And then he's like, thanks for the drinks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sucks for her.
I've never experienced sort of the online dating thing. So, I mean, I don't even know if this is this even normal? Like is this even possible? Does this kind of stuff happen? I'm sure it does on some level, like this kind of.
I know there's one app out there where basically you swipe to go meet the person.
Oh, really?
And you swipe one way to go meet them or swipe the other to not meet them.
I feel like there's just this immense amount of pressure to try to, to be single and dating, like it just meeting somebody the traditional way. And what is the traditional way?
Yeah.
Like where is the whole, like, oh, we met in the grocery store, like that, like that kind of stuff. Or like Kim and I, we met in school. Like, does that even happen anymore?
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
But next morning we are back in court and, all three of the magicians are there. Turns out the lawyer is a magician as well. And they figure, we need a witness to verify that what he's doing is dangerous.
Right.
So Jen suggests bringing in Madison.
Oh, Wong.
He's like, no. And she's like, it's her best chance. So she up with the sling ring and builds a portal, and she falls out of it, and she turns around and she delivers that line, Wongers!
Like looks like a Crantini or something in her hand.
She's drunk again.
Wongers!
Yeah. Rushes over, gives him a big hug.
Oh my God.
We need you to go on the stand and tell us about this. So she takes the stand and she lays it out that she went to some weird fire dimension.
Oh, yeah.
And made a pact with a demon named Jake. And here's where Cornelius drops. He like, I know Jake.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
And then they don't really come back to it.
They do in the credits.
Okay.
Not for Cornelius' sake, but for Madison's.
Well, I did see that part, but I mean, like, where Cornelius is concerned, now I have this like moment of like, is he more than he seems?
Maybe.
Okay.
As if he's like an immortal magician.
Maybe.
But she goes on to explain it, and of course she's inebriated and tells them, it was scary, then it was fun, then it was scary again, and then it was kind of spooky but fun. And Wong is just rolling his eyes at this point. And Blaze's lawyer, he's like, look, spooky fun, that's where you need to be for magicians. And then he proceeds to throw a smoke bomb and change his clothes. And Wong, he's done with it. He stands up and he appeals to the judge, saying, look, he's messing with stuff that could screw up reality.
Didn't you call the judge Your Highness?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Your Highness.
But the judge is like, you know what? No, I'm going to side with him. It's his livelihood.
Right. Yeah.
And for the second time, we get a bird flipped in the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But there's a second there where Donnie Blaze, after Wong's speech, he kind of like, you can see the wheels are turning. Maybe he's thinking, maybe I shouldn't do this, but.
Well, I'm surprised the judge didn't say something at the behavior, the whole like,
after the fact,
flipping people off, like, hey, you're still in my courtroom kind of thing. But it's a nitpick.
Yeah. And then Wong, he's like, we could send him to the mirror dimension.
He probably won't hurt himself.
No. But Jennifer, she's like, no, that'll wreck our case. You can't do that. Oh, got another comment here.
Comment from Eric. Eric says, Madison, possible stand-in for demon-connected Marvel character? Santana, Lilith, Jake the Demon equals Jack Scratch, a.k.a. Mephisto.
Maybe.
Well, that's an interesting thought. Now, we were really on the Mephisto hype train back in Loki. Well, and also for
WandaVision.
For WandaVision. And we didn't get the payoff, so there's still a chance.
They're laying crumbs everywhere for stuff.
Yeah. Do you think there's any credence to that?
Maybe.
Or is it just too thin to say at this point?
Based on the dimension we get to see through the portal later, maybe a good chance.
Okay. I'll put a pin in that one. We will come back to that.
Yeah.
Thanks for that one, Eric.
And then Friday night, Nikki phones her up, or she phones up Nikki to get some work done.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're not at home in your pajamas already. And she's like, no.
No.
But then she goes to check her profile, and sadly, she has no matches.
Yeah.
So she goes ahead and she makes a She-Hulk profile. And she looks at the camera, breaks fourth wall, and says, I don't feel good about doing this. But she kind of has to.
The amount of people, the idea of like, I'd date a superhero.
Yeah. So she takes a couple selfies and starts swiping, and pretty quick, she's got 18 matches.
Oh, what's interesting now, because now we're getting She-Hulk for this episode. I just want to touch on last week. We talked about the quality
of the CGI.
I felt like it was a little bit better. It was a little more like the first two episodes this week.
Yeah, it was really nice this week.
It wasn't. It didn't take me out of it. Where last week's episode made me go, "Whoa, what happened?"
Yeah, but this last frame here, she looks at the camera and says, "Well, that is demoralizing for Jen." Speaking to us in the third person about herself.
Yeah,
I think there's where she's like, "No, I'm one Hulk. I'm one Jennifer. I don't have the split thing like you and the Hulk did." Bruce.
Oh, interesting.
But I think it's starting to split.
You think so?
I do.
Is there a comic sort of reference for this? That yeah, this is.
At one point, she did revert to a Savage Gray Hulk.
Really?
So
okay.
Whether or not they're going to go down that road, I don't know. Yet to be seen. But she then we jump ahead, and she's going through some of the dates. And the first one she dates, a fairly buff dude who turns out to be David Otunga, former WWE wrestler.
I never would have known that.
I didn't know until I was looking at the cast notes. But,
okay. I never would have pulled that one out, and I wouldn't have pulled out the other one either.
Yeah, John Bass, who was in the Baywatch movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Wonder if he regrets that.
He's going to be forever remembered as the dude that got stuck in a patio chair.
That's fair.
Yeah. But then finally we get to this dude here who's a pediatric surgeon or something like that.
Pediatric oncologist.
Okay. But kid doctor, right?
Kid cancer doctor.
Yeah.
So I mean, how does that not pull at your heartstrings?
Yeah. And she's like, let's get those fries to go.
Yeah. This guy, and
he's saying all the right things too. Like, oh, I'm tired of talking about me. I want to hear about you.
I know that we saw him in the trailer. Like she's carrying him away. We saw that weeks and months ago. Yeah. But it's like you can't help but watching it with Kim too, and you're like, he's just buttering her up. Like certainly he's saying all these things just so he can with the She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Right.
And it becomes apparent later.
It's funny in a way.
Yeah.
It's also not funny in a way.
Yeah. But we cut over to Donnie Blaze, who is using the sling ring, and finally he's got someone up there who doesn't want to go through the hole, and she lets him know, I'm not going through your fire hole.
And he's like, you're not going to go through the burning ring of fire?
No, but because apparently some of her friends got stranded in Detroit or something.
Oh, that's right.
So he's like, all right, let's try something new. And he pulls out like a dove, and it proceeds to fly around the room and drop an egg on her hand.
A rather large egg, by the way.
Yeah. And then that little egg just kind of births for half a second, a cute little monster.
Like a mouse looking, kind of gremlin-y looking
and
thing.
She's like, aw. But then it goes savage, and he tries to throw it back through the portal, but it climbs back out and brings a whole bunch of its friends. So
now you're like, to me, like, did he just open up a door to the same dimension that Madison went to?
I think he did.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. But we find Wong. He's on the couch, and obviously he's watched some of the episodes that make you a bit more sad. And Donnie Blaze jumps through the portal.
I have to admit, when this scene opened and you saw Wong holding onto the pillows, I actually thought Madison was there with him. Do you know what I mean? I was half-assed expecting her to sort of lift her head up. It's okay.
Maybe next time. But he points at Donnie. He's like, fine, I will do this, but I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for the world.
For the universe or whatever.
And Donnie's like, what can I do to help? And he turns back, straight faced, call my lawyer.
Yeah.
And then he proceeds to jump through the portal and go do battle. But back in Jen's apartment, she's getting friendly with him. And as you can see on her phone, it is Donnie Blaze.
He actually called her. Yeah.
He follows through. He does call.
Of course, she's not going to take that call. Like,
no, it's Donnie Blaze. Why do you want to talk to him?
Well, I don't want to talk to this clown.
But then Wong portals in. He's like, why aren't you answering your phone? And he's like, oh, that's why. He's like, well, I need your help. And he's the date there. He's a little bit starstruck.
Yeah, you think he recognizes who that is?
Yeah,
maybe.
So she jumps through the portal, and Wong opens up a secondary portal to, I don't know where, some sort of Arctic region.
I almost thought that maybe it was like,
Wandagore Mountain?
Nepal, where Kamartaj is, right? Like in the mountains.
Maybe.
I could be wrong. Maybe it's like the same place that Stephen Strange went to the first time he opened a portal.
Maybe.
Or when
that's true too. On the mountain
one left him there. Yeah. Yeah.
Figure it out. But She-Hulk, she's like, what do you want me to do here? And he just yells, be a Hulk. So she starts smashing demons, and we get a good glimpse inside this portal, and it is the literal hellscape.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like demons flying around. And
I like this sequence in the sense that, there was that, I don't know if it's now in this episode about the whole, because he asked her about impenetrable skin. Yes, I have impenetrable skin.
Yeah, that was John Bass, the fanboy.
So, but at the same time, she isn't, this fight is not just a simple case of like Hulk smash, and Hulk is not like it's effortless for her.
Yeah.
She does get take a few bumps, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
But we find Donnie Blaze and Cornelius crawling through the aisles, and he's like, I'm sorry about this. And then we get some fun stuff. She starts slingshotting demons into the portal.
Well, this part of the fight was actually quite fun.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Wong, he's managed to seal up the other portal and turn it somehow into a mystical whip.
Yeah.
And then starts lassoing all these demons and shooting them through the hole. But meanwhile, Donnie Blaze and Cornelius, they're watching in awe. Like, this is what he could have learned.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
If he'd have stayed with it. But
well, I mean, look at the look of wonder on his face. Like, that doesn't look like fear to me.
No, that's like, oh, I want to know how to do
that. Yeah. So, I mean, is that, a chance for him to come back later on?
Maybe.
I know that the end of the episode plays out a little bit different, or this end of this is a little bit different, but doesn't mean that he can't come back later.
No, not at all. But finally, Wong gets the last batch through, and there's a couple stragglers. And Jen, she throws one against the wall, and it proceeds to like triple in size and turn into almost a dog-like creature.
Yep.
So 3 of them, they take down She-Hulk for a second, but pretty quick they get thrown out. And before she chucks the last one, she hovers over Cornelius and Donnie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's like, okay, you're gonna adhere to the cease and desist now, right? And his first line is like, maybe. And then she's like, huh? And he's like, no, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yep. So she fires that one through, and we're good. We find our doctor friend still on the couch reading the book Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay.
Yep.
Apparently it's a book about being a feminist and liking some of the things you're supposed to hate.
Oh,
it's a hubristic take on it, but out of a portal, She-Hulk basically falls on top of him, and she's still in the mood. And he looks up and he's like, oh, you got a little something on you there. And she's got demon goo in her.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, what is that? A tooth? What is that?
Maybe an ear or something.
Yeah.
But then she proceeds to pick him up, and they go off, and we cut to black.
Overall, I guess we should talk about the.
Yeah, we're getting there. Next morning, she wakes up. She's happy. She gets some text from Nikki saying, guess who's on the news again? It's Titania.
Yeah.
And then he comes out. And he's like, who are you? And she's like, I'm Jen. I'm just not hulked up.
I like how she says, I recognize process server when I see one.
Yeah. Yeah. But the doctor, he's like, yeah, don't worry about the sweater. And he just basically runs out of there. So all he wanted was a Hulk.
Yeah, that's the part where I'm like, oh, he totally just. Yeah. Who are you? I'm Jen. I thought I'd made breakfast. Okay, that's nice. I'm just going to go.
Yeah. But then a knock comes to the door, and she thinks, oh, maybe he came back. Maybe it's a good sign.
Yeah.
But no, it's our tall friend here, and he's like,
a process server.
Yeah. She's like, I know a process server when I see one. And she's like, for what? And he's like, it's for copyright infringement.
Yeah.
So it turns out that Titania has copyrighted the name She-Hulk and is now suing Jennifer Walters.
How fast do you think she got that in place? Or do you think that this was actually something that she'd had for a while?
Oh, no. She probably put it in place as soon as the term was coined.
Is this like Gene Simmons trying to trademark or copyright the dollar sign?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Donald Trump trademarking "You're fired."
Hulk fished. Well done, Eric. Well done.
But she turns and looks at the camera and says, that's kind of a bummer to end this episode. Maybe there's something good in the tag.
Yeah.
So we go through, we get some more great credit art, and we find out that Jake the Demon is that talking goat.
Talking goat. Yeah.
So maybe there's more to tell there.
Very demonic looking.
We also get a shot of Wong possibly putting Donnie Blaze
in the mirror dimension.
So maybe he ended up there after all.
Yeah.
But then in another one, we get to see a stack of files, and there's a shield logo on there. So maybe we're going to see a case come up and be related to the organization somehow.
Maybe.
But then in our stinger scene, we get Madison and Wong sitting on the couch watching more Sopranos.
Yeah.
And, hashtag besties. They're going over what drinks have you tried?
What have you tried? Yeah.
And he says, I once had vodka and yak milk.
Yak milk.
Never again.
And then she's like, I want to try that.
Yeah.
Do we have some? Yak milk? Yeah, I think we have some left over.
Yeah.
Oh, and that is made me kind of go, oh, he says we have some left over from the wedding.
Yeah.
Whose wedding?
Yeah.
Because that brings us some things for me that I want to talk about, because we've been sort of struggling with timeline with this, right? Where things have happened sort of in and out of sequence.
Yeah.
Who's worthy of getting mentioned to be married? And I'm going to presume you would not take the yak milk to the wedding,
no,
and then bring it home.
You would host the wedding at Comertage.
This wedding happened at Comertage.
Yeah.
Who do you think got married there?
I don't know.
Steven and Charlize Theron. They got married in the comics.
True.
I know that that brings up this question of like time and where is everybody, but in a movie or in a show in phase 4 with the whole multiversal thing, I mean, is time and space really that important anymore?
Maybe not.
I bet you they get married.
Wow.
I can't think of her name, but you know who I'm talking about.
I do.
Purple dress lady.
Yeah,
you're gonna help.
A multiverse of
she cuts open the.
Eric says nah.
Shang-Chi and Aquafina. No, they are besties. They're like each other's ride or die, but they're friends. That's never gonna happen.
Yeah. But that leads us to the end of our episode here, and this week Marvel dropped the latest in the long line of posters, and it is Madison.
That's good.
So she's getting her own character poster.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So maybe there's room for a Madison and Wong show.
I mean, like, how many comments did you see on social media this week since the episode came out that are like all over, like, we need this, like Marvel, like, hello.
Yeah. Why is she so unfazed at having gone through a dimension and now she's holding a heart?
You remember the web shorts that they did with Thor?
Yes.
Like college Thor.
Yeah.
That's a perfect perfect format for this.
Yeah.
Do a series of web shorts, 5 or 6 minutes. And,
just call it besties.
Yeah, sure, whatever. But a few short ones, it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
I would watch it.
For sure. But leading into our next thing here.
Yeah.
Disney Plus Day gave us a peek at some of the stuff coming in the next half of
yes, the mid-season trailer.
Mid-season trailer. So we're definitely getting round 2 of She-Hulk versus Titania.
Yeah, for sure we are.
Blonsky is coming back as the Abomination.
That's true. Well, I mean, he has to be the Abomination. I mean, you don't bring him back to not have him.
Yeah, but he's all instantly breaking the rules of his parole.
Yes, but that's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah. We get that trademark legal battle for She-Hulk by Titania.
Oh, yeah.
And then Daredevil confirmed. He's there. He's speaking.
We saw that in the trailer, the earlier trailers, but I feel like the lighting in this is much better.
Yeah.
There's no denying that is the gold.
Yeah.
The gold costume, which I like the look of it.
Yeah. And then the other thing coming out of the back of a van there, I don't know who this is, but this flying away Iron Man
flying person. Yeah, very Iron Man style.
If that van is the Wrecking Crew van, that definitely isn't Absorbing Man flying away.
Okay.
So
did you notice that there was a whole big thing like between Jen and Matt Murdock? They had a big conversation in there too, sort of about
how her legal side can
be
legal and the superhero can help on that side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's cool that he's there to give her that kind of advice, I guess it is.
Well, he's already been rocking the road.
Absolutely.
She's technically walking now, but she's doing it in the public.
It gives you the impression that they're just gonna, in media res him, that he's already been operating as
Matt
and
Murdock
has sort of, navigated that and is giving her the friendly, listen, take it from someone who knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, this can be done.
Yep.
I like that.
So on to Disney Plus Day.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Jedi's Return documentary.
Oh my God.
So good.
I was almost, I paused it. I got out of my chair and I'm like, yes. I made such a big deal.
I know that statue, and there it is right on
I made such a huge deal over going all the way back to what did we want to see in Obi-Wan? And I'm like, I would love to see some variation of the Desert Nomad.
Yeah, this is one from Sideshow Collectibles.
We get that look at the end, and I'm like, man, that's really, really close. We get the look of Alec Guinness in the hologram, which, like, I'm sure that's the Desert Nomad likeness from the action figure or the statue.
Yeah.
And holy shit, pardon my language, if it wasn't a reference piece
on the desk,
on the production, like, there it is sitting there, the Desert Nomad Sideshow 12-inch action figure. I love that. Yeah, that's really cool.
If you are a fan at all of the Obi-Wan series, go watch this. It is awesome.
Really loved how measured. I was really interested in the part. I mean, I love Obi-Wan, and I can listen to you and talk about nothing all day. But when Hayden was talking, how measured and how, I don't want to say conservative, but the way that he was, that guy took a lot of heat.
He did.
He took so much heat over that role over the years. And for him to be, I guess the word I'm looking for is humble. He was so humble about it. And I mean, you can say what you want. Did he do it because, I really haven't done anything acting wise for a while and I could really use the money? But the fact that he did it
and he
for
nailed
the fans. Yes, it's so well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciated that aspect of it.
Yeah. We also got the release of Thor: Love and Thunder on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
As well as the Assembled episode.
Now, did you watch the Assembled?
I have not watched it.
I haven't watched either. And I saw Love and Thunder when it came out in theaters. Did you get a chance to watch it?
I did.
And
I liked it.
Okay, so that's a plus one for you.
Basically, going into it, I had heard enough bad stuff that my expectations were so low, it already met them and exceeded them.
Okay, well, that's good then.
Like, finally seeing eternity on screen and done properly.
I enjoyed that aspect.
That was awesome.
As I said before, the comedy was maybe just so much that when he was trying to be serious, it was hard to take him serious. I think that somewhere in there is a cut or a version where if you just toned out some of the jokes or shortened some of them, it would play a little bit better. But overall, it's a pretty good movie. I like it.
It's a good fun romp.
I'm interested to know, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but like, we see what happens to the Thors, Thors plural, and I'm curious to know, what is the fate of the mighty Thor going forward? Is there a chance for her to make another appearance?
Yes. The comics have already paved the way for that to happen.
Okay, well, that's good then.
Yeah. Next up, there are a series of 9 shorts for Cars on the Road.
I haven't watched any, but I keep staring at the title card going, maybe I should watch one of those.
Well, apparently they make a road trip across America to go to Mater's cousin's wedding. So if you're a fan of the franchise, it is Owen Wilson and Larry the Cable Guy coming back to reprise the roles.
That's cool.
So should be fun for the kids at least. Pinocchio was also released.
I watched Pinocchio.
And?
I liked it.
Excellent.
I liked it. In fact, the third act, this continues the tradition of what Disney's been doing with their animated features in reimagining them for live action. Some of them kind of like beat for beat in some ways, and this is very much in that vein. I believe there is at least one new musical number. It's a song that I did not recognize.
Got to bump up the soundtrack.
Yeah. Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Jiminy Cricket. You would never guess. You would never ever guess.
I was looking at the cast list and I did not I didn't know he was going to be that voice, but
what I really liked, it was in the third act when Pinocchio and Geppetto are finally getting reunited, and Geppetto's in his little dinghy.
yeah,
And Pinocchio, like an excited little boy, father, I did this and that and that and all these things. And there's a total Tom Hanks moment. He's like, "You did all that in one day?" I loved it. When I feel like Tom Hanks probably got a little bit of, I feel like they probably kept him to script for most of the film, but like
let him loose a
there's
little
a
bit.
couple jokes in the third act where I'm like, oh, that's very Tom Hanks. That's like early, like
Nice.
Joe versus the volcano, Tom Hanks kind of like, haha, funny man, which is nice because
Tom Hanks can do no wrong.
I mean, Tom Hanks started in comedy. I mean, did anybody think that, again, the guy from Joe versus the volcano was going to be, in Saving Private Ryan? Like,
Yeah,
I don't think anybody saw that coming.
no.
But it's nice to see him do a little bit of comedy. And he's still freaking funny.
We also have Cynthia Irio, I think is her name.
I don't know how to pronounce that, and I do not want to mess it up. So
I do apologize, but as the Blue Fairy.
yeah.
And Benjamin Evan Ainsworth.
We've seen him recently.
You have in
Yeah,
Sandman.
And that is so good. Not that we're talking about Sandman, but do go see Sandman if you have not.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this one. So.
Yeah, Pinocchio's good. Did you catch the? I guess we should. That'll come up in the B23 bit.
Probably.
The Little Mermaid sort of next on the line.
Oh, that's one I skipped over.
Did you? Okay.
But another one that got dropped for Disney Plus Day was a short from The Simpsons called "Welcome to the Club," and basically Lisa is going up to the castle to become a Disney princess.
Oh, nice.
And it turns out that Bart is being played by Loki. So we get a Tom Hiddleston cameo before it breaks into the whole episode.
That's awesome.
Really fun romp. It's
Okay.
a short one too, so you don't have to devote a lot of time to it. But
just like what, 4 or 5 minutes?
Yeah, roughly.
Okay.
But they point out some stuff like that people have started pointing out over the years about the lifestyle of the princesses and the princes, like, kissing unconscious women and how it's not cool anymore.
Oh, right. Oh, the Pinocchio thing. Did you notice all the clocks?
I did not.
Have you watched it yet?
No.
Geppetto's got all the clocks on the wall, right?
Yeah.
They were his wife's, most precious things that he handmade them all.
Yeah.
Take a look at they're all cuckoo clocks. So when they go off and they all go off together, boop, 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 they make a point of dialing in on all these different clocks, and you will be pleasantly surprised at what you see. It's really fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Then we skip over a little bit here to D23, and they just threw so much at us. It's not even funny.
Well, we have so right now we have trailers for at least two of those for sure.
And then
3, I think the Marvels dropped yesterday.
Possibly. More of these, they did do exclusive trailers and first looks at the event.
Yeah.
Strictly for the people at the event.
So, I mean, they just dropped, for the sake of the audio version of our show, they just dropped a big card to highlight future productions: Werewolf by Night, Secret Invasion, Ironheart, Armor Wars, Thunderbolts finally confirmed. The cast lineup for that's confirmed too. The Marvels, Daredevil. Oh my gosh, what's the subtitle on that? Daredevil Back Again?
Born Again.
Born Again. Oh my God, my eyes are awful. Put some glasses on, you old man. Marvel Studios Echo, and of course Captain America New World Order. That's the one that's going to be led by Captain America Sam Wilson.
Yes.
Very much looking forward to that.
Eric is saying that Thunderbolts cast, though.
How do you feel about that, Eric? Tell me what you think, because I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Yeah.
It's an odd choice. I know that I think of Thunderbolts as being kind of like the Suicide Squad of the MCU.
A little bit,
It's kind of a rotating door of
villains who would be heroes.
Yeah, but that whole rotating door, revolving door idea where people can drop in and out, I question some of the choices. Yeah.
But first on our list here, we got the Werewolf by Night, and we do get a glimpse of the werewolf, and you get a flash of what's got me excited for this show.
And that is?
Man-Thing.
Yeah, that's exciting.
It's just like a blink and you'll miss it, but he is there, and I am excited for this.
So this is an interesting one.
They're hailing it as a special presentation, so I don't know if it's going to be a movie.
Is it a one-off?
Or a 1 hour show?
Maybe it'll be a one-off.
An anthology series, maybe.
Possibly.
bunch of spooky tales just in time for Halloween.
So this is kind of cool because this is scored by Michael Giacchino, who did the score for Doctor Strange, and I'm a huge fan. I've been enjoying his film scores since like Star Trek in 2009. Apparently, he's also directing this.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm definitely interested in those aspects because when a composer starts directing, what does that look like? Because musicians don't think the same way as you or I.
But this definitely, from the trailer, it has a very, 30s to 40s feeling to it, all black and white.
Eric, you're saying there are too many humans and not enough monsters. Are we talking about Thunderbolts? Is that what we're referring to?
I hope so, because I'm really hoping for a lot of monsters in Werewolf by Night.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Werewolf by Night. I think it's going to be interesting. I'm not. Do you think it's going to be hard on the Thunderbolts or hard on the horror genre?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm going to reserve judgment until I see it.
Could this be considered something ancillary to like Morbius? Like in a similar kind of
maybe,
because I watched Morbius and I didn't find it to be too
horrorish.
Yeah. Glenn chiming in says Silvestri's Endgame score is my favorite of all Marvel films to date. Yeah, it's pretty.
It is amazing.
It's pretty epic.
Yeah, but Werewolf by Night will be streaming October 7th. So
okay,
not too long away for that one.
If it's really good, maybe we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And even if it's not, maybe we'll talk about that too.
Next up, we got the teaser trailer for Secret Invasion.
I've watched the trailer once through.
I've watched it a couple times.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm having a hard time interpreting what's going on. And I think that's intentional.
Yeah. The way I'm interpreting it, he's come back, and at least at the beginning, he knows he's him. But as it progresses, it's revealed that anybody could be a Skrull.
We get a quick glimpse at Ben Mendelsohn is coming back.
Yep.
Presumably that's going to be Talos again. We've got Agent, Black Panther Agent,
played by
Bilbo Baggins.
Yes.
Oh my God. I'm horrible with names, but we see him for a split second.
Yeah, he is there.
Yeah. But again, you can drop anybody from previous Marvel productions into this and have them not be what you think they are.
Is the perfect vehicle for anybody they need to get rid of or recast.
Oh,
that's an interesting. Was a Skrull? Yeah, they're not anymore. So
right. That's an interesting thought.
Yeah, it's streaming sometime in 2023.
Anybody else out there that's been following this stuff? Like, I thought this was going to be a film.
Originally, I thought it was too.
Yeah.
Apparently, it is going to be a series.
Okay, well, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. And it looked good.
It does.
It looked good. It looked like it was.
It looks like it's not going to lean too heavy on like the supers. It'll be like more spy espionage type stuff. But...
Well, him saying that it's his thing that he's got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested. I like a good Nick Fury story. So
yeah. Next up, we had Ironheart come out.
Is that an actual?
I believe this is the final rendering of the design.
Oh,
but
okay. So this is official? We think this is official?
I think so. Riri Williams, though, will make her debut in Wakanda Forever.
Right. We did see that already. The metal piece getting cut out. So
yeah. So not much more I have on that, but it's coming.
I'm interested. I mean, the legacy of Iron Man still kind of hanging over the MCU.
Fairly heavy.
Not so much recently, but
yeah.
Curious to know, how people are going to react to another suited character.
Mm-hmm.
Eric says Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 2.0.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Yeah, that would be okay.
Nick Fury's in there.
Well, I mean, it's and you got
Colby Smulders as well.
Well, that's what I was going to say. When you've got
Maria
Hill saying, "I've been trying to contact you for
years."
Yeah, and like she's clearly not happy.
No.
I always thought that they had a great dynamic. Like they were, she was like, his number two, like his second in command kind of deal. Be interested to see how that relationship is altered because of the Nick Fury's absence from Earth.
Yeah. While you were gone, here's your message.
Yeah. While you were in space in your Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah. We got confirmation about Armor Wars that Don Cheadle will be back as
this is the one I've been
James
most
Rhodes.
excited for. I've been super, super excited for this. He was featured heavily in the Secret Invasion trailer.
Yes. Secret Invasion apparently contains stuff that is going to spin out of Armor Wars.
So we're expecting Armor Wars to drop ahead of that then?
I would say so, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm super, super excited for this one.
Yeah. But apparently he's going out and I guess it's supposed to follow the comic storyline a little bit.
Going to go and track down all of Tony's tech?
Yeah.
Suckers.
Yeah.
Watch out.
We also got the lineup revealed.
Well, and there it is. There is your lineup of the Thunderbolts. We've got Julia Louis-Dreyfus there on the left-hand side. I can't remember her name. Or crazy
Valeria, I think.
Yeah. Followed by this is the weird one for me. Ghost from Ant-Man, and then of course, oh my God, David Harbour's Red Guardian, Yelena Belova, Florence Pugh, Bucky Barnes,
yeah,
and of course, U.S. Agent and the Taskmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least two of those characters, in my mind, at least from my memory of watching, not including Bucky, got redemption arcs in their respective movies.
True.
Yelena and the Taskmaster.
Mm.
Isn't that kind of weird now?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they don't have all the rights secured yet, but
I don't know.
They definitely don't have the storyline laid out, and maybe they just have more plans for
sure
for Baron Zemo yet before they drop him in as Citizen V.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair. It's an interesting lineup for sure.
Eric's saying, I hope he still has his leg braces. Good inclusion.
Yeah,
and that's Rhodey.
Yeah, Rhodey. But he was already down to like no, they were more. They were less.
It was almost exoskeleton.
I was gonna say yeah, and it got like sleeker between movies.
And he also says, not enough monsters. Need a Hulk or a Venom or something.
Need a Hulk or a Venom. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
eventually the Thunderbolts do get a Red Hulk, right?
So. We've essentially got 1, 2, 3 super soldiers, arguably 4 with the Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Who are all of comparable skill and strength levels. So we don't really have a heavy on this team. No. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Glenn saying too much Iron Man content for me personally. There's 3 of the new projects that are Iron Man spin-offs. I don't know. Is 3 of them? Armor Wars, Ironheart, Armor Wars, and what's our third one?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
He also says, the MCU Thunderbolts aren't really bad guys the way the team was in the comics.
Okay, fair enough. True. That is fair.
Yeah. And Eric says there is Venom goo in the MCU now after No Way Home. And
that's true. Man, I feel like that's getting saved though for something specific to spider people.
Yeah, probably.
Can we call that spider people?
The Spider-Verse.
Yeah, the Spider-Verse.
It's a big one. I didn't get much for the Marvels or Echo or Daredevil.
Yes.
But this little nugget of info, I'm liking this. Tim Blake Nelson is returning as the leader.
The leader.
For Captain America New World Order.
That'll be interesting. So maybe what's going on with Blonsky right now will also be sort of setting the stage for future events with gamma-powered villains.
Yeah, because this is the first time he's reprising that role in 14 years since
That's right, Hulk. Yeah. And we never got to see him in full-on leader mode. So
and again, like they just kind of threw that out there and left it hanging.
That's right, yeah.
Maybe he's been behind the scenes just making his New World Order.
I do think fans of Incredible Hulk, the Ed Norton movie, were kind of saying like that was one of the biggest sort of, you had it right there. Yeah. Why didn't you? So I mean, better late than never, Marvel. So let's hope that the payoff is worth it.
I think so.
I hope so.
We also got confirmation that Matt Shakman, the director of WandaVision,
yes,
will be directing the Fantastic Four film.
That's an interesting choice.
Mm-hmm. Go from a sitcom to a cosmic action adventure.
But at the same time, think about sitcoms, the sitcoms that we were referenced in WandaVision. They were all like sort of familial.
Yep.
Marvel's first family.
True.
And they're like, there is comedy in the Fantastic Four, that relationship between Johnny and Ben.
Yep. They touched on that in the Fox movie.
Yeah, they did.
At
I
least the
actually,
first two.
I enjoyed that aspect.
Yeah, it was a great dynamic between them. We also got notification, I guess, that Hocus Pocus 2 will be coming out for all you Halloween fans.
That's going to make my wife so happy. She loves Hocus Pocus. There's
also a documentary coming about Mickey and his evolution.
I will definitely be down for that.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse is just a global icon.
Classic.
Yeah.
And then there's also a series coming called The Santa Clauses.
That threw me for a loop. I knew that this was happening, and I was like, oh, Tim Allen's coming back for another Santa Claus.
Yeah, but it's a series.
I'm interested to see how that's going to happen.
I don't know if his wife is returning or not, but
again, look, I mean, it was the mantle was passed to him.
Yep.
Is this, Tim Allen's Santa Claus is getting to the point where now
he's going to pass.
He needs to pass it to somebody else.
Maybe.
I think these passing of the torch concepts not really new.
No.
I hope they do it in a. It's Tim Allen. They'll do it in a fun way. I'm sure.
Yeah. Eric says, "Dear God, not more Santa Claus."
Not more Santa Claus.
There were so many clauses on that contract. It's not even funny.
Eric, you don't have to watch it, man.
Then we got the Lucasfilm stuff. And wow.
I'm braiding over some of this stuff because, man, there was a lot shown off in the last couple of days. I know that we didn't get to touch on, we didn't get slides for all of it, but well, let's just keep rolling.
Yeah.
We got Indiana Jones, Andor, which we've been hotly anticipating as it comes out later this month. Season 3 of The Mandalorian, Season 2 of The Bad Batch, the new anthology series, Tales of the Jedi, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, Willow, and of course, new details for Ahsoka.
Glenn has a comment there.
Glenn saying, I think becoming Santa comes with immortality. There's no need to pass the torch. That's possible. I suppose so. But at the same time, I got to go back and watch the first one. How did Tim Allen become Santa Claus in the first place?
He killed the first Santa Claus by knocking him off the roof.
Oh, well, maybe.
Well, he didn't knock him off. He called him, he slipped, and he fell and died.
Well, that wouldn't be.
He pulled a Ben Kenobi on the Death Star.
Oh, boy.
And Eric says, are we a Star Wars show?
Are we a Star Wars show?
No, we're not a Star Wars show. We just
I keep going back and forth on that. I actually did a guest spot on another show yesterday. I was talking to my friend Ken over at Toy Connections, where, hey, we were talking Star Wars for about an hour and a half, but hey, no.
Hey, if it's good, it's good.
We are not exclusively a Star Wars show, but if you're a Star Wars fan, we have a lot of content that you can go back and consume.
Glenn is back. The new Indiana Jones.
New young Indiana Jones. Now that's a great question because I was a fan. Now I was fairly young when the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles came out.
Yeah,
I've been wanting to revisit them. They're not streaming.
No.
Oh. I have half of the series on DVD. I bought it in a out of a bargain bin.
I think I might have some of it on VHS.
I haven't opened it yet.
Somewhere.
I do want to go back and watch it again. On the whole Indiana Jones thing, just ancillary to that, Harrison Ford has come out and officially said that he is done after this. There will be no more Harrison Ford Indiana Jones. But Harrison Ford has always mentioned, when people say, who do you think could be Indiana Jones? He's always said me.
Yeah. You don't need to have another Indiana Jones. Just have somebody else.
Is there going to be some arrangement? Now, I mean, Lucas sold the farm. Steven Spielberg, is he directing this one?
I don't know.
Is he producing this one? I'm sure he's got a production credit somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know too much on the details.
With it not being sort of that there's the triumvirate there of George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Two of those elements are no longer in the picture per se. If Harrison Ford says he's done, are they going to continue to do something with the franchise? I don't know if they will. Maybe. I mean, the whole Shia LaBeouf thing, I mean, that didn't really work out.
What you could do is set it way in the future and have like Shia LaBeouf's character have a kid.
Mutt's kid.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then have it like, okay, your grandfather was Indiana Jones.
Henry Jones Jr. the third.
Yep.
Or Henry Jones Jr. the second.
Maybe.
We got a couple more comments here coming out here. What's Eric talking about? Eric also questioning Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf. Follow up. Short round needs to take the whip. I have this awesome. in my mind, there's a story there.
It is.
They should have been reunited long before now.
But there's a photo circulating right now.
Well, that photo, they're both at D23 promoting different
because
different properties. Yeah.
Short Round there, he has got a role in what is it, Mandalorian, I think.
I'd have to look that one up.
Or no, what am I thinking? It's Loki season 2. He plays a librarian.
Interesting. Oh, really?
Yeah.
At the TVA, I wonder.
Yeah.
Ki-Hoi Kwan, I really enjoy his work. Nice to see him in anything, really.
Yeah. But, wouldn't be a bad thing to throw him in there, especially if they haven't even started shooting it yet.
What, the new Jones?
Yes.
Oh, no, it's well under.
Oh,
it's well
okay.
under. Yeah, there was a sizzle reel.
Okay.
I don't think, and that I do not think has it made
yet?
has it made the rounds yet? Anybody? I don't know. Certainly not officially, to the best at the time that we are doing this live stream. I do not think that it has officially made the rounds.
Fair enough.
Certainly not in a Disney sanctioned way. Handycam copies accepted, I suppose.
Yeah. We also got a new trailer for Andor.
Oh, and
if I forgot to post it, but in the Disney Plus, they also gave us an extended look at Andor.
So I watched the extended look, and at first, when I watched this new trailer for Andor, I'm like, oh, it's just the extended look trailer over again, and then it's like, no, there's some new footage in there. Footage. I can't help but focus on this one little tidbit, and it makes it even more. There's a bigger revelation too when you see that it's Cassian in the image, but we're looking at an image of Paul Lee, who made his debut in The Mandalorian as Captain Carson Teva of the New Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like our good friend Captain Teva was an Imperial officer who defected.
Yeah.
But look, he's face to face with Cassian.
Mm-hmm.
The whole idea that Cassian Andor and this other and Carson have crossed paths, that maybe that they were the catalyst, that Cassian was the catalyst for him to
second guess his
jump ship, maybe have a coming reckoning with the rebellion, as it were.
Because they touched on that in Obi-Wan, right? Like, the Empire.
Oh, sure. Tala.
Tala, yes.
Yeah, Tala.
And how she had been playing both sides because she knew what the Empire was doing was wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to think that more of them will think that going forward.
These are the stories that really interest me. This is part of like what I really thought about Cassian. Cassian's character was so compelling that, and they touched on it in the extended look, and they used the sequence from Rogue One. It was like, I've been in this fight since I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
And you're like, holy crap, like what compels a person to do what they do?
Yeah.
The story of I would have loved to have seen more on Tala's story, but again, I think we'll get some of that here, maybe with Paul's character.
Yeah, because they don't have to give it to us all at once. Like there's possibility for story for years.
I mean, famously, not General Riken, General Madine from Return of the Jedi was considered to be like this Imperial defector, but we didn't know that at the time. He was just the rebel officer who was given the briefing.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, he was a defector. Well, I'm interested to see how that plays out.
Yeah. So it's going to be good. I'm
super excited for this. 3 episodes on September 21st. We're going to split those up. Hopefully I'll take one. You'll take one. Hank, if you're out there, you'll take the third one. And
happy anniversary, Hank.
Yes.
And Lauren.
Happy anniversary to Hank and Lauren. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Hank, buy extra flowers, and jewelry never hurts.
That's right. We also got the trailer for The Mandalorian Season 3.
Okay, so full disclosure, this is the trailer that came out at Celebration earlier this year.
Is it the same trailer?
Yeah, that was making... I did see the shaky cam version of this.
Fair enough.
But it is in glorious HD now, and it is everything you want it to be.
Yep.
I love it.
So many Mandalorians.
Yeah, and I mean, we are officially going back to Mandalore. It's on the nose. We see Bo-Katan sitting on the Mandalorian throne.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And again, they go back to that scene where the armorer says, you took your helmet off. You're a Mandalorian no more.
I loved her line though. Bo-Katan's line. Your little cult fractured our people.
Yeah.
I hope that. Because, I struggle with that whole idea that after all of his character development, why would he want to go and put it back on?
Yeah.
I really struggle with that. And I'm hoping that line from Bo-Katan, your cult fractured our people. I hope that is the nugget that will germinate and sprout and grow into the full-fledged idea that no, there is another way.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
We also got confirmation that the Bad Batch will be returning on January 4th, 2023 for season 2.
If you were a fly on the wall at my house when this news dropped, you would have seen me wipe my forehead and go, whew, because we thought that these were going to be, that the Bad Batch was going to be stacked up on top of Andor. We're like, how are we going to cover all this at one time? Yeah, so January 4th. So we did get a bit of a reprieve because Andor is going to run for how many episodes?
12 or 13, I think.
So there will be overlap, but we get a few weeks, a couple months to figure out how that's going to work out. So, oh, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll be concurrent.
Maybe
September 21st. So we're going to get 3 episodes.
That's true.
And then we get four in one more in September, I guess.
Yeah,
that's 5. And then 4 in October. That's 9.
Yeah, it's going to be done.
4 in November. So it will be done. Okay, that's great. What's that? What does Eric say?
Eric says,
no one cared who I was until I put on the mask. I cared.
We also got the trailer for Willow.
Okay.
And awesome.
I have been hotly anticipating this since I heard it was a thing. I didn't even have to see any footage.
Yep.
I didn't have to see who was involved. This would work. Davis is coming back to play Willow. Okay, I'm in. Exactly. That's all I needed to know. But then to get the scene with, and I can't think of his name, with the brownie.
Yep.
And what, his wife or son, or whoever person this is. It's like old times. Hey, Willow. I'm like, this is the best.
Yep, they're back.
I like it.
It's going to be good.
Warwick Davis looking great as Willow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't wait for this one.
Looking to be some epic villains. We get the trolls returning as well.
Yes. Yeah, and they look very much like how they looked in the original film.
Except maybe a bit more mean-spirited and intelligent.
We get to see Saoirse in action a little bit there, so that's cool. Yep. Hopefully, now this is Top Gun all over again. How are they going to handle Mad Mardigan?
Well, there is one scene where somebody is wielding swords pretty damn well.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be like his kid has taken up.
Yeah, you think, did they have kids? Did they have kids?
Not by the end of the movie, but it's possible.
No, because all they were trying to do was save Laura Dannon.
Yeah.
Laura Dannon.
Yeah, and she is there. She is,
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you look like your mother.
Yeah, exactly.
But that is what I got.
Wow. So, I mean, I think what did we miss? Did we miss something?
We missed the trailer for the Little Mermaid.
We should talk about, yes, the Little Mermaid has come out. If you guys haven't seen this yet, there's a split screen of the original Little Mermaid trailer up against the new live action one. It's pretty neat. It's pretty cool. People are already complaining.
Really?
People are already complaining that that there's that Ariel is now a black actor.
Who cares?
There's nothing.
A green tail and a purple bra, and Flounder is right there.
Right. And she's singing Part of Your World in the trailer. So that, I mean, it's great. I mean, if you're a Little Mermaid fan, I don't see why you would give this a chance.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will. I don't know if that's going to be
a proper spin on it, and that's all they need.
Yeah. Is this going to be a theatrical release, or is it going to go right to
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Eric says, Isn't it
neat?
Yes, it is.
Are we talking about the
collection that's never complete?
Yeah. We didn't get there was a trailer for Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, do go and check it out. They spent an awful long time on and by the way, it is fully animated. And the animation style, it seems to be like the next evolution of the animation that we've already seen
in the Clone
Wars, Bad Batch, and Rebels, only a little bit more evolved. Really got a great look at young Qui-Gon Jinn serving under his master Count Dooku. So we're going to explore. That's going to be 6 shorts set sometime. I don't even know if it's all set prequel era or pre movie era, but we've got definitely one for stuff. Mace Windu is back. There's a thing with Ahsoka and Anakin.
Nice.
We see like baby Ahsoka. Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that. Hopefully it'll do well enough that it'll get
a second season.
More. Yeah, even more.
Eric is saying here.
If your problem is with the actor's pigment, they aren't the problem. Yeah, the actor is not the problem.
No,
not at all. So yeah, that's our look at episode 4 of She-Hulk plus Disney Plus Day
and D23.
and D23, which I don't know. Is it wrapped up now?
It might be wrapped up by now, so who knows what else they've thrown out.
What, 3 in the afternoon over there on the West Coast?
Oh, maybe it's not done yet then.
Or 4 in the afternoon on the West Coast? I don't know. But yeah, so that's our quick look at what's been going on sort of in the entertainment world this last week. So yeah, we're a couple of weeks left here. We're September 11th today. So happy birthday if it's your birthday. My good friend Tom on the West Coast, it's your birthday today. I know that. And to the rest of you out there who are maybe turn your thoughts towards the events of 2001. I hope that you find some peace with that, as we all have sort of our own experiences with that, and I'm no exception to that. So thanks for hanging out with us for the last just a little over an hour. As always, we will be back next week with what else is going on in the world. Probably the next episode of She-Hulk and any cool little entertainment tidbits.
More fallout from D23.
This stuff that we didn't cover today. Put a few new videos up in the last week. Some stuff I shot back in
June or July, somewhere in there.
July. We now have a new playlist over on our YouTube channel. It's Fandom Power on Location. So these are the first little clips of some of the filming locations that we've attempted to visit, and we will be doing more. Look for something coming up here for the Halloween season in the next couple of weeks. We're just waiting for some return emails to see if we can set up some interviews.
Yeah.
And check out our new Every Action Figure playlist to see how many action figures I missed.
One I know for sure.
One for sure, yeah.
I did not realize there was that many.
Neither did I. Yeah. We got 2 videos up there. One for Luke Skywalker, every Luke Skywalker action figure from 78 to now. And every He-Man action figure from 82 until
crazy to
now.
See the evolution.
It is, yeah. It was a lot of fun, and of course,
so who are you gonna do next?
I don't know. I was actually thinking
Optimus Prime.
Well, so that's the problem, is I'm a huge Transformer fan, but after a while, and we're talking like, I'll use the Luke Skywalker for example. Now, there were 135 Lukes that I put up there,
or 139, I think.
By the time you get to like 40, 50 in, they all start to blur, and they all kind of and you think you've covered it, because sometimes they use the same mold over and over again.
Yep.
Because toy companies would never do that. And so that, yeah, I mean, naturally gonna miss something, and I did. I'm sure I did. Optimus Prime. That's going to be an interesting one, because how many different
G1 reissues?
Well, this is it. G1, G2, all the anniversary reissues. Yeah. So, and every iteration in between. Consider that Transformers is sold in multiple scales.
Yes.
So each character tends to get done many, 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 many times.
Yep.
As always, guys, if you got a show idea or an entertainment property you'd like to see us touch on that you think would be make for an interesting conversation, hit us up in our chat somewhere down around wherever it is on your interface. You can always hit us up at our Gmail. That's fandompower3@gmail.com, or you can reach out to us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and we will consider your idea and develop it into a show. You can always check out our Patreon and consider becoming a patron of the show, where you can get your name in the credits as a patron. And seeing as we currently have no end credits, that tells you the state of our Patreon.
We got credits. They're just us.
I know. Do like and subscribe. Share our channel with your like-minded friends. Every subscription counts. If you like this video, go over to YouTube, and even if you leave an emoji, just put a happy face in the comments. That helps to push the YouTube algorithm. Every little bump helps. But until next time,
if you go to Dollarama.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Just before we go, if you go to Dollarama and you have a Mandalorian fan you know of, you can go pick up one of these for yourself. It is a spatula and cookie cutter set.
The Grogu spatula.
Yeah.
And the Din Djarin cookie cutter.
So there you go. Dollarama for the win.
Mando muffins. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me until next week, and we'll see you on the next one. But for Fandom Power, My name is Wes.
I'm Andy.
We'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now, guys.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to Fandom Power. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Stay tuned for our next episode where we'll be talking about another one of your favorite fandoms. Fandom Power is a Sawcast production.